Welcome to Coin Explorer. In the world of coin collecting, some pieces quietly sit in pockets for years, while others carry stories that stretch across generations. And today's focus is one of those coins that hides far more than its simple appearance suggests. This is the 1971 United States quarter dollar, a coin that many people have seen, touched, and even spent without a second thought. At first glance, it may look ordinary, just another circulating coin with a familiar design. But beneath that surface lies a deeper narrative that collectors continue to explore. From its historical background to its design elements, every detail adds a new layer of fascination. For viewers who are passionate about rare coins or just curious about hidden value, this story unfolds step by step. As you continue watching, you will begin to notice things you may have never paid attention to before. This is not just about currency, it is about discovery, patience, and observation. Stay with this journey because what seems common at the beginning may surprise you by the end. Every second of this story has something worth noticing. The year 1971 was a significant period in the history of the United States, marked by economic shifts and changes in coin production. During this time, the U.S. Mint was adapting to new realities, including the removal of silver from most circulating coins just a few years earlier. This quarter belongs to that transitional era where materials, minting techniques, and design clarity were all evolving. While millions of these coins were produced, not all were created equal, and small variations began to emerge. These variations, often overlooked at the time, later became points of interest for collectors. The context of the era adds value not just in monetary terms, but also in historical importance. Holding a 1971 quarter is like holding a small piece of that changing period. Every scratch, mark, and detail tells part of that story. Understanding its background helps you see why collectors continue to study it closely. Looking at the front of the coin, you will see the familiar profile of George Washington, a design that has remained iconic for decades. The word liberty arches above his head, while the phrase "In God We Trust" appears beside his portrait. Below, the date 1971 is clearly visible, anchoring the coin in its specific time. What makes certain examples special is not just the design itself, but the condition and clarity of these features. In some rare cases, slight differences in engraving or striking can make a noticeable impact. Even the smallest variation in spacing or alignment can attract attention from experienced collectors. These subtle details are what separate an average coin from one that is carefully examined and preserved. When you look closely, the coin begins to reveal its uniqueness. It becomes more than just a piece of metal. Turning to the reverse side, the eagle design stands out with its wings spread wide, holding arrows and an olive branch. Surrounding this central image are the words United States of America and quarter dollar. This design represents strength, balance, and national identity. Over time, certain coins have shown slight differences in how these elements were struck. These differences might include faint lines, sharper edges, or even unusual textures. While they may seem minor, they can significantly influence how collectors view a coin. Each detail adds to the overall character of the piece. When studied carefully, the reverse side can reveal just as much as the front. For those who know what to look for, this is where the coin truly begins to stand out. One of the most important aspects of any collectible coin is its condition, often referred to as its grade. A 1971 quarter that has been heavily used will look very different from one that has been preserved in near-perfect condition. Coins that retain their original shine, sharp edges, and clear details are especially valued. Even small marks or signs of wear can affect how a coin is perceived. This is why collectors handle coins with great care, often storing them in protective cases. Over time, well-preserved coins become harder to find. The rarity is not always about how many were made, but how many survived in excellent condition. This is what makes certain examples stand out among millions. Another factor that adds interest to the 1971 quarter is the possibility of mint marks. These small letters indicate where the coin was produced, such as Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Each mint has its own characteristics, and coins from different locations can show slight differences in how they were struck. Some collectors focus specifically on gathering coins from each mint, while others look for unusual features within a single mint's production. These details may seem small, but they play a big role in the collecting world. A tiny letter can change how a coin is categorized and valued. Paying attention to these marks can reveal more about the coin's origin. Over time, collectors have identified certain 1971 quarters that display unusual features, sometimes referred to as mint errors or anomalies. These can include slight misalignments, doubled images, or even unusual textures. While not every coin has these features, the ones that do often attract special attention. These differences are not always obvious at first glance, which makes the search even more exciting. Finding such a coin can feel like uncovering a hidden detail that others may have missed. It adds an element of discovery to the process. Each unusual feature tells its own story about how the coin was produced. The journey of a coin does not end at the mint, it continues as it moves through circulation. A 1971 quarter may have passed through countless hands, been used in daily transactions, or even stored away for years. Each stage of its journey adds to its history. Coins that were quickly set aside often remain in better condition, while those used frequently show signs of wear. This difference in history can greatly affect how the coin is viewed today. Understanding where a coin might have been adds another layer of appreciation. It becomes more than just an object. It becomes a record of time. Collectors often rely on careful observation and comparison when evaluating coins. They look at details such as edge sharpness, surface texture, and overall balance. Even the way light reflects off the coin can reveal important information. This level of attention requires patience and experience. Over time, collectors develop an eye for spotting differences that others might overlook. This skill is what allows them to identify coins that stand out. The 1971 quarter, with its subtle variations, provides plenty of opportunities for such analysis. Each observation brings new insights. There have been discussions in collector communities about certain 1971 quarters appearing in private collections and specialized auctions. In rare cases, coins that show exceptional preservation and unique characteristics have attracted significant attention. One such example has been associated with an auction figure reaching as high as $9,246,618. This figure reflects the interest and competition among collectors rather than a standard value. It highlights how certain coins under specific conditions can gain remarkable attention. These moments are rare, but they demonstrate the potential within the world of coin collecting. It is important to understand that not every 1971 quarter will have the same level of interest or recognition. Most examples remain part of everyday collections or personal keepsakes, but the possibility of discovering something unusual keeps collectors engaged. This sense of possibility is what makes coin collecting so appealing. Each coin has the potential to reveal something unexpected. The excitement lies in the search and the learning process. Even a common coin can become special under the right circumstances. For those who are new to coin collecting, the 1971 quarter offers a great starting point. It's widely available, easy to study, and rich in detail. By examining this coin closely, beginners can learn how to identify important features. This knowledge can then be applied to other coins. Over time, what starts as curiosity can grow into a deeper interest. The more you observe, the more you begin to notice. Each coin becomes an opportunity to learn something new. Experienced collectors often emphasize the importance of proper storage and handling. Keeping coins in a clean, controlled environment helps preserve their condition. Avoiding direct contact and using protective holders can make a difference significantly. Over time, these small steps help maintain the coin's appearance. A well-preserved coin not only looks better, but also holds greater interest. This attention to care reflects the dedication of collectors. It shows that even small objects deserve thoughtful treatment. The 1971 quarter continues to be a topic of discussion among collectors and enthusiasts. Its combination of historical context, design detail, and potential variations makes it a compelling subject. Whether you are examining it for the first time or adding it to a collection, there's always something new to discover. Each perspective brings a different understanding. This ongoing interest keeps the coin relevant even decades after it was produced. It remains a small but meaningful part of numismatic history. As you reach the end of this journey, the 1971 United States quarter dollar may no longer seem like an ordinary coin. What once seemed simple now carries layers of meaning, detail, and possibility. From its design to its history and the rare cases that capture attention, every aspect contributes to its story. Whether you're a collector or just curious, this coin invites you to look closer and think deeper. Sometimes the most familiar objects hold the most surprising details. And perhaps the next time you come across a coin like this, you will pause for a moment and wonder what it might reveal.